KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Is your furnace ready for the cold winter? Call the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough heating check, giving you peace of mind, or steps to ensure a warm home throughout the season. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchange checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation. Here is your host, Derek Pearson.
It is Wednesday. Hump day. Get a boom. Boom. On Wednesday, no Lionheart Live today. Prayers up to the Smith family. They're going through some things. And the young man called. I'm like, listen, take care of first things first. So prayers up. Lionheart. We'll see you next week. Pretty cool that we could step in 40 degrees at 11:03 in Lincoln. 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Hit us up. Be a part of the show. And this is a show for you, so we're going to ask questions. Again, it is not my job to have all the answers. That's not why I show up. I'm here to get to the right question. And we will try to do that over the course of the next 2 hours. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961. Download the Ticket app. Amazon Prime awaits you. Yeah. All things in play. 2 questions. Bach, kind sir. First question. How the heck are you?
Hey, not doing too bad. Like you said, not too bad of a day outside. And I don't know. I'm interested to see how Husker fans feel today. I'm oddly I was so impressed by Nebraska's comeback last night that even though it fell short, I know you're not supposed to take moral victories. I'm walking around. I'm moral victory Bach today.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Like that's in full. Kind of where I was, and I posted kind of a tease to where my head was in this thing, and we'll listen to you folks. You have opportunity to use the text line to tell us how you feel today, this morning, 12 hours after 8077. You could do that. Bach, kind sir, if you would please, will you pay the bills?
Yeah, today's show is sponsored by Hamilton Telecommunications, bringing you the latest quality technology and communication services since 1901. Whether it's residential or business, Hamilton has the answers. Visit HamiltonTel.com for more info today.
Thank you, kind sir. Greatly appreciated. Over the next 2 hours, a couple of things we want to talk about in full. And again, Eric is absolutely right. We go down the rabbit hole in one-on-one. It could take any a squirrel running by the window. It could be a hawk swooping down, chasing pigeons, any of those things, a dove, who knows? We'll go down that rabbit hole as well, just because we simply can. But question 1 and question 2 are simple. 1, what did we learn last night about the Huskers? 2, what else do we need to know? What other questions exist? And then second, there's a book. There's a book out that's causing a lot of conversation throughout the course of this thing. And here's my thing. About people who, if you're going to be in the conversation of a book, it makes sense. Bach, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but if the book is giving information, shouldn't people read the book? Like, shouldn't people? Are we not readers anymore? Are you a reader?
I don't think in general people are readers too much. I certainly would say that I don't read books as much as I do social media, that sort of stuff.
That is fully fascinating to me, because there's so much nuance that's missed. Like, I'm a writer. Like, I understand that not everybody has that creative side. Nobody has that not everybody has that creative curiosity. But there's a portion of me that is intrigued by people who will dive into the story. And there are people, I understand there are people who are, you know what? I don't want to hear about the labor. Show me the baby. I fully get that. But the baby is an accumulation of a lot of things, and you cannot understand the thing if you don't understand the way the thing got there. It's, if you're in Lincoln, Nebraska, how you got to Lincoln, Nebraska, and why you're in Lincoln, Nebraska are entirely different conversations, and more greatly detailed about who you are and how you process. You can watch the highlights of a game. The highlights of the game will not give you the same information that watching the game in its entirety gives. Am I out of range with that statement?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. So then I asked Bach, I'll ask you this question. Do you trust your eyes, or do you often find yourself having to trust the eyes and opinions of other people?
Well, certainly. I mean, I trust my eyes first and foremost, but you can't take in the amount of information out there is just endless. I mean, so you can't take in it all. At some point, you're going to have to trust the eyes and ears of other people. But, especially if you want to speak profoundly about it, you'd rather dive into it yourself.
What's wrong with too much information?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it will be never ending. You're not a computer. You cannot download all the information. You cannot possibly get all the information that is out there.
Well, because you can't get all of it, you don't try to get as much of it?
I did not say that. I'm just saying it. I want to be clear that there is no all-knowing human. That is not a thing. Okay. But you can strive to be as knowing as you can.
Who is more knowing? The person that tries to consume as much as possible, more than the basics, because we know we pocket thirds. We understand that. There's a third of people that will consume as much data as humanly possible all the time. Then there are those that will consume as little as possible. Again, I don't want to know about the labor. Show me the baby. Then there's people who, based on the topic and the situation, circumstance, fall somewhere in the middle third. I'm okay with any third that people are in. I'm curious about the different thirds. I'm 100% curious with people who will say, well, I trust other people's opinion about this without really diving in the pool. And if you're willing to do that, then shouldn't you trust people who dive in the pool? Shouldn't you get your opinions from people who are in the third who consume the most data? Or are you comfortable being in the lower third that just accepts the word of those people and kind of lingers?
Again, it's up to you, I suppose. Like, I mean, that's why you like to like bring in athletes, right? People that have been through it and talked through it. Like, that's a different perspective that you can certainly get. And probably, more often than not, the most knowledgeable. So I mean, if that's what you're looking at, again, we do this thing too. I mean, do you want entertainment? Do you want facts? Do you want what are you looking for out of all this?
Well, it's data. Data is data. The entertaining part of it is how you deliver it. It's in the storytelling. It's how you received it. Because you could watch that game last night and be absolutely pissed off. You could watch that game last night and be absolutely comfortable in what you saw, right? Did you see the thing that's important to you? Did you see the thing that matters to you? Are you able to be present, right? And just say, that wasn't a good first half. That's a statement of truth. Then you go into the details of the first half and why it wasn't a good first half. Go in greater detail. Look at the stats of the first half. Then go into particular about how you felt while watching that first half. Then the second half, different conversation, different set of details, different set of data. If you said to me that they often say hindsight is 20/20.
Mm-hmm.
So you're collecting data so that in the moment you have a greater understanding of what you're seeing. Like you want to understand what you're seeing. And the more history and experience you have at seeing this thing, anybody that had watched this year's Husker team had a full understanding that the possibility of Nebraska coming back and winning this game existed. Strictly from this year's data. Now, we also know there are Husker fans who watched this went, oh boy, here we go. Right? Oh no. We're down 22 to Purdue. We're back to being Nebraska, right? It's the Rob Schneider guy from from the Water Boy. Oh no, we suck again. No, you're 21-3. Chill. Like you're 21-3. You don't suck. In those conversations, you said, and I love how you put it, that you do not want to accept moral victories. Can I ask you to go deeper into that? Because what's wrong with moral victories? What's wrong with saying effort matters? What's wrong with saying fighting matters? What's wrong with saying toughness matters, that you didn't give up? What's wrong with saying that you kept searching for a way to get buckets? You kept searching for ways to get stops. And he did a pretty good job of it. Now, you weren't perfect. But searching for perfection doesn't mean that it's a moral victory. It just means you're willing to accept the good data as well, right? What am I missing?
Well, I mean, it's just the competitor in you, right? You don't want to lose. I mean, there's a winner and a loser, right? I mean, in any game, outside of ties, which I can't believe still happen in NFL games, but in any case, so I mean, I can also see people kind of blown back from that of like, well, there's a million different like small tiny details, obviously in any game that goes to overtime, one possession game that you could have done better. Certainly rebounding. Nebraska, rebounding was a big problem last night. Mm-hmm. Obviously the start to the game, and so there's all these different things you can go down to and say, I'm not taking a moral victory because this could have been a lot better, or that could have done a lot better. The other reason why I shy away from saying that I would take a moral victory too is because, as Nebraska aims up, and we were just doing it the other day before the Purdue game, and just in general, I mean, the data is still there. Your only 3 losses are top 15 teams. So it's still kind of in the realm of possibility to dream big, to see what this season can kind of become. But the problem with taking a moral victory with last night is your chances to win a regular season Big Ten title significantly got hurt by losing to Purdue last evening. So, there are some big picture things that, some stuff that becomes a lot more difficult. And again, certainly there could have been some different victories or some different things done throughout that game to win that game. And so it'd be hard to take it there. I just enjoyed the game, the atmosphere, the game. Nebraska basketball is usually not in top 15 matchups. Be able to come back, have an entertaining game with Bill Raftery and Kevin Kugler on the call. The eyes of college football were on Nebraska. I mean, this is the only top 25 matchup, I believe, until Saturday or, close to. There aren't many. It was the only one last night. And so it just felt like, and then, of course, like you're saying, I mean, the ability and the belief in that team to just keep fighting, push forward, scrap from down 22 to be in a position to win it is was an incredible ride. One of the most fun, and I hate doing it. I mean, there's just, I'd rather have a bunch of wins that I can put on. These are my favorite wins of all. And we do have that in Nebraska basketball. Nebraska football's had a hard time getting enough of those wins. So you kind of go like, I have favorite Nebraska football losses over the last 10 years that are better than the ones that you get blown out in. But this one is just like, I felt like college basketball. Again, I felt like college basketball, the eyes of the nation were on it. And it felt like a March Madness game. I mean, it felt like two of the top 15 teams in the country. You could see why these teams have their strengths where they are. And it again, it just looks like if that's the way you lose, if you have a chance to win, at least have a shot at it, then at least you can say, you know what, we gave it all. It didn't go in, right? But we at least pushed this game to the very brink, and we're right there to win it. Again, I know that's going to hurt. Rick Mass is never going to forget that free throw. I get all that sort of stuff. But for me, I'd rather lose that way a million times before ended up losing by 22, right?
Right. Like it was in the thing. We'll go to the text line because I do want to have this as a conversation and not just, diatribe. I don't want to do that as well. Drew Carr says this: moral victories when you play well are one thing. Can't come out flat against a top opponent and forget to rebound. Rebounding is effort. Purdue wanted it more. Okay. Now, let me say two things about moral victory. First of all, a team knows whether there are no perfect teams. Even teams, the Miami Dolphins that went 17-0, you know why that's such a big story? Because they accomplished this thing that had not been accomplished before by anybody else. At the highest level of football, nobody else has done that. You know why we hold that Indiana team in such high regard? Because they finished the season. They finished the season perfect. Now, they will tell you that team had flaws. They weren't the most athletic team on the floor. They knew every night we have to outwork being less talented than some teams we're going to play. We're going to have to honor what we do and do it right and do it well. We have to make shots. If that team didn't make shots, they weren't going to win. But they figured out, you know what, how to get shots that they could take on a regular basis. There's a Rutgers team with Ed Jordan back in the day, Phil Sellers and company, that went undefeated all the way to the Final Four and then lost. And everybody said, well, you weren't big enough. You weren't. No, they were big enough to go undefeated until they weren't undefeated. There are no perfect teams. If you ask Arizona what their flaw was, they know what their flaws are. They practice every day. And they got. And everybody, well, you got out rebound, and rebound is effort. I tell you what, Muggsy Bogues can have all the effort in the world. He's not going to out rebound Dennis Rodman. Bill Russell was a rebounder. Wilt was a rebounder. You know why? There were mountains of men. Yes, they gave effort. Yes, they worked hard. You can't, listen, you don't want to get out rebounded. You don't want to give up 6 + 17 offensive possessions. All of that's a thing that exists. But this team has figured out how to win 21 of 24 games in spite of that. We know the flaw. We know there are going to be some nights where this team doesn't shoot 3 points well. Like, we know. First half, they shot 25%. We all went, okay, well, here's literally to a Husker fan, they went, yep, this was that game where we aren't going to shoot threes and it's going to come back and bite us. We know the flaws. Everybody knows that. The moral victory is figuring out how to compete and how to get a win in spite of your flaws. That's toughness. That's character. That's integrity. And I love the fight in this team. I love every single thing about it. How tough they are, how gritty they are, how intentional they are. This is not the most talented team in America. It's not. As a matter of fact, we're still fighting to figure out whether they're going to have somebody all-conference first team or not. We don't know is anybody going to play in the league. We hope, we think. We don't know. There are roster after roster after roster in the Big Ten where more money has been poured into the pool. All the 4 and 5 stars. Tell me, how many 4 and 5 stars are there on the Huskers basketball team, Bach?
Give me a second to count.
Right.
None.
Right. Like, I mean, stop. This team is 21-3 in February. Who are we tripping? I felt some kind of way. Feel some kind of way. How do you think they felt? And what do you think they need today? Bach, what do you think the Husker basketball team feels today?
Well, probably a little bit frustrated and disappointed, but
a little bit frustrated, right?
Yeah. They got, but they got to
threw
move
hands
on.
last night.
They got Northwestern coming.
They threw hands last night.
Too much time to think about it.
Right, and the Big Ten don't care.
Yeah.
You think Coach Collins coming in town? You think he's going, hey, take it easy on the guys. They had a rough night against they had a rough night against Purdue. Take it easy on them. You think they don't have the sting of Nebraska going to Evanston and getting a win a couple of weeks ago? You don't think that they're carrying that in the utility belt? Moral victory is one thing. I understand that conversation. But listen, this team is 21-3. They have outkicked their coverage in every way. Is Sam Hoiberg having a better season than predicted?
Oh yeah.
Is he having a better season than probably his physical metrics would lead to being true?
Yeah.
Right? Is Braden Frager having a better season than we projected?
I think so.
Right? Bryce Sanford, is he everything that we hope for and more?
And more.
Jamarcus Lawrence returns to Nebraska. Are we thrilled? Are we thrilled at what he's at?
Absolutely.
Rick Mask had a terrible injury, got back in surgery, did the rehab, decided of all the places to play basketball, he wanted to stay in Lincoln and play for the Huskers. Are we not thrilled?
Absolutely.
And you want to talk about effort. You want to talk about intention, intensity, toughness. The moral victory is when you play like crap. Bach, you know your favorite, I would imagine your favorite is when you don't feel well and you show up to work and you crush it anyway. You struggle. You sneeze a couple of times and hit the button so that people don't understand it, right? You run down the hall, blow your nose, get it done. You drink some tea to get the voice right, and you get through it, and you go, whoo, man, that's not a moral victory. That's you being proud of yourself for being tough, for grinding yourself. Stop using somebody else's language, first of all. But bravo. That team down 22 fought. And we haven't always seen that with Nebraska athletic teams. That team looked like a state of Nebraska basketball team last night. They were gritty. They were tough. They were hard working. That looked like a blue-collar team. Just, hey, boys, put your head down. Let's get it done. We're not out of this yet. That you could hear all the quotes coming from the sideline. Hey, man, keep playing. Keep fighting. And they did. They did. Down 12 with 3 minutes left. All the data says 99.9% chance that they lose this game, except those guys wearing the Husker jersey said, not on my watch. We're going to take you down to the final whistle. And they kept making plays, and they kept fighting. So much so that Rick Mass is standing at the free throw line after a putback, after 2 putback attempts. Tied the game, standing at the free throw line with a chance to put the Huskers ahead. And as a coach and as a player and as a fan, all you want is the opportunity to make one play, one shot to win a game. Down 22 at 46-24. Then you're down 12 with 3 minutes left, and you go on a run, and you make plays. None of those 3-minute plays were easy plays. You got stops defensively. They shut down Purdue. They shut down the number 14 team in the country. And then in overtime, got down quick. Big 3, down 5. Oh, no, here we go. Hey, Bach. Boys tucked the shirts back in. Pulled the shorts up a notch. Got back to work. Got a lead. You're up 1. You're up 2, as a matter of fact. Missed free throw, rebound. Let's go. And then a play happens that absolutely upsets me. And I should be better. I should not be this petty. But it was 3 seconds on the go-ahead bucket. Stop it. He was in the lane for 7 seconds. Let him post up. Anyway, Bach. The headline reads, I'm not getting lost in this other. The headline reads as follows. Nebraska basketball is 21-3 overall and 10-3 in the Big Ten with Northwestern coming to town. I'll ask you all, Bach, I'll start with you. How do you feel? 21-3. Forget about last night's game. Husker basketball is 21-3. How do you feel? I'll take all of your answers, all of your texts. We'll read them all when we come back to one-on-one.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See club for details.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln. Before I bring Andy on, we want to wish you joy, success, and good health in 2026. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie. And by the way, that was well said.
Andy, I know you want to kick off 2026 with a bang. What's going on at the dealership?
We got a lot going on here, Charlie. We have incredible savings on every new remaining 2025, New Year's savings on every new 2026, special low long-term financing, and special lease rates. The biggest news is we have more than 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from.
How about pre-owned?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas right now, with prices starting at under $10,000, and we have special low rates.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all of the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
If you don't have Valentine's Day plans this year, strike up some romance at Madson's Bowling and Billiards. Head to Madson's on Saturday, February 14th for the second ever Love on the Lanes, a live stage front dating show like Lincoln's never seen. The show starts at 8 p.m. live on the bowling lanes with audience participation, hilarious Q&As, and unexpected twists. Reserve VIP or standard seating by emailing Sarah at madsonslincoln.com or check out their Facebook page. Come for the love, stay for the laughs, and leave with memories or a match on Valentine's Day at Madson's.
Get inspired at the 54th Annual Home and Garden Show, February 13th through the 15th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. $10 admission. Let the experts bring your home projects to life. Learn more at hbal.org.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Here's Stacy from Petal Creations.
Ordering flowers is intimidating if you don't know what you're doing.
Petal Creations experts care about designing a bouquet that conveys your special message from the heart.
You deserve to have a personal florist that you can depend on, who can take your message, turn it into a bouquet, and deliver it in a timely manner. And the rest is up to you.
Petal Creations in the Edgewood Shopping Center or at petalcreations.com.
So give us a call. We've got you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All leases with $2,500 down with a roof credit.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Paint your face. Paint it. Pump up your muscles. Get your Husker Warrior on. Go sprinting to your office. Grab the wall. Shake it. Shake it. Be the ultimate warrior. Feel the power of the warrior. Such a mark. Like, I just love it. I'm amazed that through all of that, they never taught him how to run. Like, whenever he went sprinting down the ring, it looked like this was the ultimate task for him. Like, because he had tree trunk legs and he ran like a defensive lineman sprinting. It just didn't look comfortable.
They've got to work on that too. During the Royal Rumble, sometimes they have that shot, and it looks like the guy's, like halfway jogging in. You're like, just don't show that part. Unless he's like darting toward it.
Well, because most of them get gassed. They're not like it's some of my favorite wrestling stories is to hear the wrestlers talk about, and there's certain ones that were kind of profound and they would get gassed. Like their entrance gassed them. Like you knew a part of the intro was to allow them to recover from running to the ring. And Warrior was profound. Vader was another one. Lex Luger was another one, surprisingly. That they just get gassed. He's like, hey, carry me for a minute, man. Carry me for a minute. This is not good. But the Warrior running around the ring, and then if you get gassed easy, don't put running into your entrance. Like, walk it down, bro. It's okay. As Bach said, don't do that to yourself. Walk it down. Walk it down. Don't get the hype train going. They loved it. The Godfather, he was like the best part. I never got gassed again. I got to walk to the ring, man. Once he became the Godfather, he got to walk to the ring. Taker, same thing. Taker's like part of his brilliance was that one, he got to do the slowest walk in the history of all entrances. And then he had a Harley take him to the ring. He had a Harley. So he was like, oh, yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing. So, yeah, from the tech side, 30326 says this. I gave the Huskers a moral victory for Michigan, and seemingly so did the rest of the nation. I wonder if that was helpful for our guys' mentality. Thoughts? Quite frankly, the players probably don't know. They're locked in. Like, here's what I know about this group. They're locked in. Social media has its purposes in place, but they're locked in. And Michigan, for them, let them know they belong. And they did it without having a full gun. Like, the utility belt wasn't full. Same thing for last night. That you lose Rink in overtime. Connor Season is still not healthy. And that's an important thing to say. And then they played the game without Frager at Michigan. So there were several things. You're looking for a reason why it doesn't happen. Rosebud from Elmwood says this. It's a wonderful thing. They're going to get more wins. This ain't over yet. Yeah. And the Big Ty says this. This is the problem with Nebraska fans. Nothing is ever good enough. Yeah, and Byron Hoffman, you're right. Not having Oogie and Connor both currently. I mean, you talk about rebounding depth. Oogie was a part of the plan. Like, he was a part of the plan early in the season, right? That we would have this other big, right? Remember the conversations we had about having the big in the offseason, having the additional big? Like, we talked about that. And then listen, if you said you lose Connor Season for 2/3 of the season, most people would have circled the season and said, well, there that is. But this team figured it out. Then you don't have Oogie. And they say, well, that would affect you. Nope. Still figured it out. If we said Kendall Blue was not getting quality minutes, 4 months ago, we would have said, uh-oh, this is bad. This is bad. Hey, we're relying on Rink Mass to carry. Oh, that's tough, coming back from an injury. You're relying on the spiritual leader and emotional leader of the team is Sam Hoiberg, and it's going to have to carry you through Big Ten play. And all those things, right? For whatever it means, this team has figured out how to be successful, how to win, how to compete. And it's never easy in the Big Ten to finish games. It's never easy. It's never easy. Not home, not on the road. No matter what level, what third of the Big Ten you're playing against, it's never easy. Oh, by the way, while we were, in our misery here, Illinois got beat last night by Wisconsin at home. It's not easy. Bach, winning championships is not easy. It's not easy. Nor is it supposed to be. That's why they mean so much. Because teams have to learn how to get through their friction. They have to learn through, hey, when the thing we're counting on doesn't go well, how do we win? When the thing that we know that we're flawed at isn't going well, how do we win? 21 or 24 times Nebraska has answered the question. They've answered the question. They'll get another opportunity against Northwestern. And Northwestern is always tough. They're always gritty. They're always smart. The beauty of Big Ten basketball, next game up. Ain't got time to pout. Ain't got time to pout. I was telling Block during the break, one of the lesson amongst teams, especially really good teams. I happen to coach a really good team back in Virginia. And we lost to a high school that was the rival to beat, the opponent to beat. And then early in the season, in the matchup, we had them on the road. And we had an opportunity to put a game away. And I made a coaching decision that, as Bach said, you remember the things that didn't go well. Like, of the thousands of high school games I coached, I remember this one.
because it was one that got away, one that we should have had. And I made a decision that hurt the team. I mean, literally, it cost us the game. And I carried that as luggage throughout the rest of the season. Well, we faced them again in the postseason. And literally, same situation, same opportunity, changed the decision, made an adjustment, got the win. And we don't get the win if we don't go through that previous game. I guarantee it was way more important for me to make my mistake and for our player to make the mistake early in the season in the earlier matchup. Because in the big one, when everybody was watching, we got it right. You got it right. And that's how you adjust. Like, that's how you adjust. That's how you learn. This team is smarter today than it was yesterday. I'll repeat this so you understand it. Nebraska basketball is smarter today than they were yesterday. They have some answers. They figured out some things defensively. If they see Purdue again, guess what? They saw some things. And they know what to fix. Now, Purdue is smarter too, because they got handled in the second half. If you don't think Painter is going to show way more of the second half than the first half to his Purdue squad going forward, you're missing the boat. Fred's going to teach off the first half. Painter's going to teach off the second half. They're both teams who are both going to be Sweet 16 teams are going to get smarter because of the bad halves of basketball they played yesterday. Right. Bach, think about that. When you said it felt like March Madness, it felt like a March tournament. It's because it was. Because those are two teams that, if they meet in the Big Ten tournament, oh my goodness, all eyes on the prize. Like that's quite the matchup. If they meet in the tournament, they're going to meet in the Sweet 16, and nobody will be disappointed about watching it. Because you have two really good games to show, right? You've got something to look back on. So it's interesting to me. 0326, thank you for kind words. Phil says, one other bone to pick over last night and frankly the whole season. After the free throw, a disparity. The Michigan game, I had plenty of people, friends included, who said, get over it. Home teams of the Big Ten are just going to get the calls. And why are we going to the line the same number of times as Purdue? Why aren't they calling clear and obvious 3-second violations? I'm with you. I am with you. I'm with you. I went back and watched it, and there's a different camera view than the highlights show. But the highlights use that bucket. And in the possession, there's a drive, a kick out. He kicks it out, and then back on the re-entry, he's back in the lane. Now, even if you catch it just right before the re-entry, when you can go back to the camera and see that at the 9-second mark, he's back in the paint. He doesn't shoot until 5. And the official is standing literally under the basket. He has one job, Bach. He actually has two. He has two jobs. One, eyes on the lane. In his rotation, he's under the basket to make sure that no player posts up in the paint. And let me tell you, the Purdue bigs had been posting up in the paint for 3+ seconds the whole game. This wasn't a one-possession situation. This was a thing that they had talked about and talked about. It was in the scouting report. It was in the pregame meeting. Watch 3 seconds. They post up. He's not the most agile. Be big, play big. That's how they're going to win. At the 12-second mark, he gets in the paint. And you'll find all the excuse makers going to go, well, he put a foot out and reset because he put a foot out and he raised his other foot. Oh, now he's doing gymnastics. Show me on video. It's a 3-second call. A lot of it's branding, a lot of it's reputation. And quite frankly, a lot of it's the coach chirping at officials. As much as people don't like when coaches chirp at officials, the officials need to get work too. I know that, listen, it happens again and goes, hey, man, keep them out of the paint. And I do love the fact that, as you Texas says this, I love the 1-3-1 zone worked really well. Go Big Red. Yep. Get them next time. Yep. Eric, I will put you on silent for that text. I will make your texts unreadable from this point forward if you text that. The unmitigated gall. Bach, you reading this? You see this?
I think he's
the
trolling.
nerve.
Yeah.
The nerve to put. I'm like Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me? Shame on you, Eric. Go to your room. We'll close out this hour one when we come back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, bold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See club for details.
Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel. Save up to 40% off downtown Lincoln prices with a nice clean room and comfortable stay. Lincoln Hotel is locally owned and offers a day pass to the city's largest locally owned gym, Good Life Fitness. Long-term stays are available. You can learn more about pricing and book your Lincoln Hotel stay today at staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565. That's staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Here's Stacy from Petal Creations.
Ordering flowers is intimidating if you don't know what you're doing.
Petal Creations experts care about designing a bouquet that conveys your special message from the heart.
You deserve to have a personal florist that you can depend on, who can take your message, turn it into a bouquet, and deliver it in a timely manner. And the rest is up to you.
Petal Creations in the Edgewood Shopping Center or at petalcreations.com.
So give us a call. We've got you.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Final segment, first hour, one-on-one again. Lionheart Live, he'll be back next week. We're sending out prayers to his family. Thinking of you, big guy, as you go through what you go through. It's here's the part that I want to get into for hour two. That I look at it from this standpoint. We're not, like I've said 100 times, if I've said it once, that we are not a podcast station. We're a federally bonded radio station. And with that, I want to constantly remind folks of the responsibility that goes with that, of being reputable and be credible. And, you know, sometimes you're entertaining and you don't know, so you're being curious, and that's wonderful. That's actually as you should do. Be curious about things you don't work. And we do conversational radio. This is why I lean away from hot take radio. I would rather do conversational radio where we talk to and with our listeners, and they get heard, and they can go back and forth with us and have impact and input along the way. That the topics that come up, and we as my mentor used to say, we don't make the news, we just report it. We just talk about it. And things are thrown into the path of news that we have to deal with in whatever way we're going to deal with. Two things come to mind. One, shout out to DeMornay Pearson, right, for going through. He went through a thing where he was accused of a thing and it was just dismissed. I always say that I want the people who, when the story broke, the people who went after DeMornay, you want those people to apologize, but they won't. But because that's the nature of social media. Say what you say in the moment, and then you're 100% right because it's how you felt, and everybody deserves to be heard. No, they don't. You have to earn the right to be heard. That's why we don't put everybody on air. That's why everybody can't have a radio show. They're not willing to do the work that is required. They don't have integrity. They don't have character. They will not wait until they have all the details and facts of the story before they have a conversation. I live in that. And there have been several situations along the way where a story broke and I said, be careful. It's more important for you to be right than first. That's why people will pop on the text line and go, hey, did you hear about this story? What are the rumors? Not for me. Not for me. Not on this station, not on this staff. We'll wait to get it right. We'll wait for the facts. We'll wait for the details. Part 2 of this was Bill Moose released Crab Creek Chronicles, and it led to some discussion. So we'll have those discussions mainly about, one, read the book. I'm not one for telling people to go out and buy a book, but if you're going to talk about the book and the book provides information on the things you care about, you probably should read the book. Otherwise, you're just taking somebody else's opinion of it and somebody else's interpretation of it. And that's where we get things wrong. We'll get into some of the book. There's 3 chapters of note, quite frankly. Yes, I went and read it. There's 3 chapters to talk about. His time at Washington State, the Nebraska relationship as it built, and then the end result of his time at Nebraska. We'll talk about the book when we come back.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One on One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a farmer, you need to hear this game-changing news about crop insurance. It's now possible to protect up to 95% of your farm's revenue, not at the county level, but down to your individual fields. At Trados, we help farms design protection that works with their marketing plan, not in isolation. The key isn't buying another product. It's understanding how coverage, grain marketing, and your operation work together. As hail and wind rates continue to increase, now's the time to ask better questions. Call us today or visit gotrados.com to start protecting 95%. That's GOTREDAS.com. Trados, ingrained in your success.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, cold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See club for details.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Husker Nation, get ready for some Monday morning madness. Spend your President's Day with the Huskers this Monday with an 11 a.m. matchup against the number 15 Iowa Hawkeyes right here in Lincoln. The Huskers only have 2 games left at home, so now is the time to watch them in person before they head to the Big Ten tournament next month. Tickets are still available for this can't-miss morning matchup, but don't wait. Lock in seats today at huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal in a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear with Honda of Lincoln. Before I bring Andy on, we want to wish you joy, success, and good health in 2026. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am, Charlie. And by the way, that was well said.
Andy, I know you want to kick off 2026 with a bang. What's going on at the dealership?
We got a lot going on here, Charlie. We have incredible savings on every new remaining 2025, New Year's savings on every new 2026, special low long-term financing, and special lease rates. The biggest news is we have more than 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from.
How about pre-owned?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned Hondas right now with prices starting at under $10,000, and we have special low rates.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
If you've been around Lincoln for more than a few years, you've heard of Dewey's Computer Service. We've been fixing computers for nearly 30 years. Now, we're Wingman IT, and we take care of all the things that go buzz, beep, or ding for your business. Our team of support engineers take care of everything from computers and servers to business phones, network cabling, firewalls, and most importantly, IT security. We take care of technology so you can focus on running your business. Call us or visit us at wingmanit.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyons leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All leases with $2,500 down with approved credit.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
This is Rudy Gress, the fourth with your Ticket Sports Update. Around Major League Baseball, pitchers and catchers have officially reported, signaling the start of spring training and the road to opening day. Position players will be arriving shortly as full squad workouts ramp up across Arizona and Florida. It's the first real checkpoint of the season. Early bullpen sessions, live batting practice, and roster battles starting to take shape as teams evaluate depth and rotation spots heading into 2026. On the Nebraska basketball front, the Huskers dropped a tough one last night, falling 80-77 in overtime to Purdue at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nebraska battled back late to force the extra period, but second-chance opportunities proved costly. Head coach Fred Hoiberg said after the game, "When you give a team that many extra bullets, it's hard to come out on top." The loss tightens things up in the Big Ten standings as the Huskers continue their push down the stretch of conference play. Looking ahead, Husker softball opens play tomorrow at the Shriners Children's Clearwater Invitational in Clearwater, Florida. Nebraska begins with a 9 a.m. matchup against number 12 LSU on ESPN2, followed by a 3 p.m. game against number 20 Georgia, streaming on ESPN+. In gymnastics, Nia Kraus earned Big Ten Co-Specialist of the Week honors after posting a pair of career-high 9.925 scores on beam and bars at Iowa. Her performance helped Nebraska record multiple season-high team scores. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation. Here is your host, Derek Pearson.
Hour number 2. 45 degrees. I will be out the rest of the week. I'm headed to the nation's capital. As Anthony is taking care of his family today, I have to take care of my family. Look out for. If you noticed, daughter wasn't on the show this week. She's in recovery from a procedure. Sister has another procedure. She's currently headed to the hospital this afternoon. So lots going on, things to take care of along the way. So I will be out of the way. But, kind sir, would you, for hour number 2, sir, if you would please pay the bills.
Yeah, the noon hour is here. That means it's lunchtime. The lunch hour at 93.7. The Ticket is sponsored by our friends at Mulberry Barbecue, now with 2 locations at 11th and Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, right off of Highway 2 by Lowe's. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Try their burnt-end sandwich, a brisket burrito, barbecue nachos, a full slab of ribs, a half-smoked chicken, and much, much more, plus incredible sides. Get fueled for lunch today or make dinner plans at Mulberry Barbecue, located at 11th and Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, just off of Highway 2 by Lowe's.
Thank you, kind sir. Greatly appreciate it. Couple of things of note. Programming note, 3 to 6 today, we'll run replays. We've got some FCC compliance stuff that we have to do, and we need the staff, all hands on deck, to be a part of that. You bring in the national people to set the rules on communication and engagement and all those things that allows us to keep doing business the way we're doing business. And it is to reset the standard for what the ticket is and how business is being done. Cubsker says this on the text line. What's up, DP? I remember the night Mickey was arrested. You were on air, and when the news came out, you shut the shows down after yours until the facts came to light, and Harrison was playing replays. He cut in from time to time and explained why they're replaying shows. It's been how you roll since day one, and I have all the respect for you. Cubsker, and I have mad respect because you are who you are, and you showed up. Like, you come down to the station when you were available. You're constantly adding to shows, adding content. And that's to all Texas. Bill and Bennett, Eric, Phil, the whole crew, Dan from Canopy. Listen, you folks are as much a part of this as possible. And it is forever appreciated. For us, for you to hang out with us, add to the shows. Sometimes you become, assistant programmers, right? That you decide, hey, can we talk about this? Even though the host is prepared. It took 6 hours to prepare for a 2-hour show. And Bach goes, oh boy, okay, here we go. But you're all appreciated. And so today we will run some replays from 3 to 6 and then back to regular programming tonight and forward. Just to do that. We are expanding in the sense that we are going to add post-game shows for women's basketball, women's softball, and men's baseball to our programming, to our schedule. So if you as a business are a baseball fan, a softball fan, or a basketball fan, you want to be a part of the post-game shows carrying through the rest of the season. Of course, baseball and softball. Baseball starts this week. Softball started last week. you want to be a part of those shows and support, greatly appreciated. Please reach out to Jake Sorensen, Nick Sainert, or myself. But Tristan Gomez and Nick Wyman have agreed to carry that mail for us and to do post-game shows for all the other programs. So along with wrestling post-match. And that allows for coverage for their final 3 matches and then Big Tens and Nationals. We appreciate you guys, your support, which allows us to go cover those things and be in the buildings for you. We want to be in places that you can't be and tell you what's going on. So yes, there'll be a baseball post game for Husker baseball, softball post game as well. And then we're efforting to getting you some more coverage for men's and women's gymnastics. With Emma Spence and Ty, we're trying to at least communicate and get some things done. Bach has been a part of that as well. So Bach, you can speak to what's going on with that and what we're trying to do and why, your time with Ty, why you start to want to know that this thing deserves to be shared.
Yeah, I mean, and Ty's on the forefront of it. He is now seasoned now, so he's fully locked in. So we might not hear from him as much. But he wants to bring more of a light to Nebraska gymnastics and just men's gymnastics in general. So yeah, we're efforting to get some. We had some great photographers go out there and get the job done for the women's gymnastics. We're gonna see if we could do the same here this Saturday for the men's gymnastics, but they're big meet.
Yep, and we're going to send folks down. We'll have better photography, so we'll be able to create some social media content throughout the seasons as well. So it is we're excited, looking forward to the things that are in play. Again, if you want to be a part of it, just reach out. And as always, call in the post-game shows, post-match shows to your liking. The book is called Crab Creek Chronicles, and it was kind of the pulling back of the curtain. So you get to see, the Wizard of Oz behind the scenes, maneuvering levers to try to keep people in line and keep things of focus. But it is some transparency to how the thing works. That is collegiate athletics. Specifically, from the athletic director, the regents, the administrators, the players, the coaches. And we landed on it yesterday that we often forget that whatever thing exists in a recipe for anything good, if all those things aren't good, if all the ingredients aren't good, the end result cannot be good. Grandfather, as the saying goes, a pear tree grows pears. And bad leadership produces bad programs. Bad players produce bad programs. Bad coaches produce bad programs, etc. And you can put good ingredient in, and it may have to offset the bad. But Bach, if you're making a cake from scratch and you found out that the eggs were bad, is that a good cake?
Not going to be good.
Right? Making a steak dinner, not the best steak. You're going to be good?
No.
Especially when the entree is not good, right? So we understand it. What Bill Moos has done in pulling this thing back, and I want to go, people focus on the chapters that were about Nebraska, but you have to understand what the beast is. What club is Nebraska in? When collegiate athletics, especially Power 4 athletics or Power 5, that how business is being done at one affects the others, and how Nebraska does business affects everybody else. It is a merry-go-round of good decisions and bad decisions affecting other people. You could be minding your own business. Bach will tell you that a lot of the rules for producing comes from some other producer messing up and us putting rules in play that Bach now has to follow that had nothing to do with Bach. But he's sitting there minding his business. And somebody else because their lack of professionalism is affecting Bach. If Bach's going, wait a minute, I didn't do anything wrong. Why do I have to do this? Well, because we got to make sure it never happens again. And here's the space, right? That Bill Moose, and there are 3 chapters that were of note to me. And his dealing with Washington State and how that ended. And they had an 8-4 season, went to the Holiday Bowl, 8-4. But there were some questions about deferred payment, deferred compensation, and then an extended contract. Because that's the business. And we forget that the people involved, the professionals / person involved, often have a conflict. Because you need to do what the professional is paid to do, but you need to do it with the personal integrity in place. And whatever flaws, self-esteem you're dealing with as a person, it affects the professional. So going into 2017, and this is from Bill Moose's book, so the salary request I had made had not been resolved or even talked about. The lack of response was not only causing concern, but quite frankly, putting me in a bit of a quandary regarding my future. The adage I was taught was that you go into life where you're wanted. And that was weighing heavy on my mind. To be frank, I wasn't sure at that point I was wanted at all. The question was clarified during a brief exchange that occurred in April. The location was my office in Boulder Gym, where I asked Kirk Schultz to join me prior to him saying a few words to my monthly all-staff meeting. Again, this is pulling the curtain that these all-staff meetings happen within programs and within the departments, right? So you have these different things that go on. And often these conversations, the person and the professional conflict meets another person's person and professional conflict. Upon his arrival and seeing that he was seated comfortably, I closed the door and started the conversation. He said, before we head to the meeting, I would like to ask where things are with the deferred compensation that we discussed a while back. The AD's response was, there will be no deferred compensation. He said it curtly. Stunned by his response and how it was delivered, I paused a moment and then continued, okay, then, what are your thoughts about extending my contract a couple of years? His response was, I don't have any thoughts about that. It's something we can discuss later. And with that, we stood up and departed for a long and silent walk to the all-staff meeting. These are the things that happened. First of all, we have to stop giving assumption that the people who are in these positions are good people and are professional at handling their business. That egos get involved, power plays get involved, right? Things. Now, mind you, Nebraska fans are sitting here minding their own business. Right? You're dealing with the Riley years, right? Things aren't going the way you want. But a thing that's happening in the state of Washington is about to affect. There's a meeting that didn't go well in Washington that leads to a lot of things happening. So he says, from that day forward, my relationship with him could be best described as cordial. Again, big athletic department. And the athletic director and the head coach from the number 1 program in the athletic department, cordial at best. Bach, how is this possible? How is this happening? And it happens all the time. How is it that we continually, as athletic departments, universities, and communities, continue to pick people who don't know how to be good people to each other as the leads?
Because of the resume. Because they've done it before.
Oh, good heavens. He goes, that's why I was perplexed when the media started talking about a strained relationship between the president and athletic director. What? Oh, hey, Bach, have you heard that before?
I've heard that a few times.
You've heard that before.
A few times.
So
yeah.
Listen, if the system is broke, it's not broke. It's the system. It is a part of the system. If a thing is possible in the system allows it. It's built into the system. He goes, so he goes, During that time, I was careful not to engage in conversations that in any way could pertain to that topic. That is, except for one. One of the true honors I had during my time being AD there was a member of the College Football Hall of Fame Honors Court. This prestigious group, past and present athletic directors, former players and coaches, and notable members of the media, was assigned the difficult job of selecting the Hall's annual inductees. It was 2017. The meeting was held in Dallas. I felt comfortable discussing my situation, and that was because it was close. It was close, and a trusted friend who inquired about it. So one of his buddies, proximity, knew. Bach, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? It's only a friend, trusted. He goes, what's with the new president at your place? Doesn't he understand what he's got in an AD? Who says, I don't know. I'm just trying to do a good job at a place that means a lot to me. He then cursed. BS. You need to look at getting out of there. A guy that's done what you've done would have to be appealing to a lot of schools. Well, I was looking at this as being my last one. Bach, circle that. You know, being my alma mater and all. Hey, Bach, the threads constantly connect to the sweater. That he knew he was at the end of his run. And he couldn't make it work at his alma mater. So there's conflict between the alma mater, him, and how he feels about the alma mater, and how the alma mater feels about him. Because the alma mater said, hey, man, we're not giving you what we owe you, and we're certainly not going to extend you. And then there's his buddy. There's his buddy. Hey, man, get out of there. Just agitate. Just stir in the pot. There's your best friend. Stir in the pot. He goes, I still have a lot in my gas tank, but it would have to be the right place. I'm not going to build another one from scratch. If I'm going to consider a move at my age, it's got to be to a place with a big brand. Someplace that could benefit from my experience because they've been there before and they want to get it back. Looks like he was describing what he was describing, wasn't he? With that said, the two of us employed a small little talk and said goodbye before vowing to try to see each other before. On the morning of September 21st, I entered my office at Boulder Gym. Typical fashion, greeted my assistant before sitting at my desk and turning on the computer. It was my practice to start each day by taking a couple of minutes to check the sports headlines. And if anything interesting showed up, read it. That's exactly what I did. The headline was this: Nebraska fires athletic director Sean Eichhorst. Immediately, I clicked on the story and saw two things of interest. First, Eichhorst was let go due to poor performance by the football team. And second, the search for his replacement had already started. Upon reading that, I got up from my desk, closed the door, sat back down, made a phone call. Seeing my name appear on his cell phone, my friend answered and goes, "Good morning, how are you?" He goes, "Nebraska just fired their AD." He goes, "I know, we're doing the search." So his friend was a part of the group that was doing the search. "Do you have any interest?" He goes, "I might." Here's, remember the conversation we had last month? This is one of those jobs I would consider looking at. I think you can get an interview. I'll get back to you. Talks to his wife about the possibilities. Bach. Then it fast forwards because, again, remember, meetings have to happen. Emails have to happen. Phone calls have to happen. The meeting has to happen face-to-face. And then, but all the while, hey, Bach, you're in season, man. It's September. Remember when they fired Einhorst, it was in September. So imagine all of the athletic directors, coaches, and administrators who in season are having these conversations that have nothing to do with the thing that they say is the most important, which is winning football games. Let that sink for a minute. That it is constantly a fluid and not always positive work environment and situation in these spaces. As fans, you think everybody's all in. You think they're all in. But all the while, it is a bunch of people, Bach, who are looking out for their next big, best thing. We'll go to break. We'll get into the next chapter. Lots to talk about. We'll be right back.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel. Save up to 40% off downtown Lincoln prices with a nice clean room and comfortable stay. Lincoln Hotel is locally owned and offers a day pass to the city's largest locally owned gym, Good Life Fitness. Long-term stays are available. You can learn more about pricing and book your Lincoln Hotel stay today at staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565. That's staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565.
Are you looking for something different for lunch or dinner in Lincoln? Big 8 is now open at 1226 P Street, serving seafood boils and Asian cuisine. Get your hands messy with fresh, flavorful seafood boils, hot, bold, and made to share. Or enjoy classic Chinese and Asian dishes, perfect for lunch, dinner, or a night out with friends and family. Big flavors, generous portions, and a brand new dining experience. Big 8, now open in Lincoln.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
If you're a farmer, you need to hear this game-changing news about crop insurance. It's now possible to protect up to 95% of your farm's revenue, not at the county level, but down to your individual fields. At Trados, we help farms design protection that works with their marketing plan, not in isolation. The key isn't buying another product. It's understanding how coverage, grain marketing, and your operation work together. As hail and wind rates continue to increase, now's the time to ask better questions. Call us today or visit gotrados.com to start protecting 95%. That's GOTREDAS.com. Trados, ingrained in your success.
If you don't have Valentine's Day plans this year, strike up some romance at Madson's Bowling and Billiards. Head to Madson's on Saturday, February 14th for the second ever Love on the Lanes, a live stage front dating show like Lincoln's never seen. The show starts at 8 p.m. live on the bowling lanes with audience participation, hilarious Q&As, and unexpected twists. Reserve VIP your standard seating by emailing sarah@madsonslincoln.com or check out their Facebook page. Come for the love, stay for the laughs, and leave with memories or a match on Valentine's Day at Madson's.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with zero down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest on Saturday, February 21st at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen and Stein Stamina, and more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m. and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $10 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for Bachfest on Saturday, February 21st.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
Bach, what did you just say? What did you just say?
I think a big part of this book is kind of exposing a little bit of the leadership that's at Nebraska, or was at the time. And it was done so by a guy who was the leader as well, that didn't spell everything correctly in the book.
Right. You didn't get the name right. You didn't even try. You didn't even try. It happens. I mean, I've been in the writing and publishing side of it, and you realize that sometimes, like, 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, 7 people will all have their hands on it, and none of them will get it right.
It is amazing. I mean, I remember getting Cowherd's book and years ago, and it's a small book. There's not, like, it's one of the books that I was able to read through, and I found multiple errors. I'm going, wasn't there an editor, or like
there are? But here's the thing, that when you start that, now people are starting to fall into the AI assistants, and AI doesn't know how to spell Pillin.
That's right.
Like, and it'll ask, like, if you, it doesn't stand up to it, because you're 30,000 words, and it'll give you a bunch, and you go through them. Now you can go through them all, but if you don't know that, if somebody's Bachoven, people don't know how to spell your last name. So,
but still, like, if I can read Cowherd's book, and he has all these books, or this book, just give it to like 10 people and have them just read through it.
They do,
and
but they don't know. They not 7 of the people aren't going to know how to spell your last name. Like it's the thing. I found that out in the 15 books that I've done. I can tell you, there've been some that got through, and you just went, "Oh man, come on!" Like, I didn't catch it. They didn't catch it. Like, nobody caught it. But that's what it is. Thomas and Lincoln says, "I still think we have that leadership issue, sir." That's why I read the comment. Tom says this. In the current environment of college athletics, it is more than fair to say a lot of student athletes are looking for the next big thing as well. Some of them even make more than coaches and administrators. Please give me the number of student athletes who can write their own checks. Please tell me how many student athletes. There are adults who are in play whose sole job is to say no and to set the standard. Learned behavior. Everything in athletics is taught or allowed. If the players are getting more money than the coaches, that means that, one, the coach knows that the player has more value than they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't allow it to happen. I don't know a coach, not one single coach, that would pay somebody more than they're worth, especially when it's more than what they make. I don't know any. Unless you're a coach that's there simply to coach. Little league coach, high school coach. I coached in 6 states. Most of those states, aside from the state of Texas, don't pay much. So literally you're volunteering time. Thousands of games, you're donating time. Then you go to Texas and they pay you for everything. As a matter of fact, my time in Texas, those three teams made up for all the Bachman made up for everything else. He goes further. He goes, and let's not kid ourselves. And some of those student athletes can move on to the next best big thing during the course of the season. They would do so as well. But why would they move along if they're being taken care of and they're being held accountable? And who allows it? No student athlete can choose where he goes to school without permission from the school or coach or an administrator. The students are mimicking what they see in the mirror, up close and personal, every day. What they see in the closest of proximity. Everything the student athletes are doing currently has always been done and was taught to them by the coaches that were in their charge. Every single one. Why? Because the coaches come and go as they please. We literally were reading the book that in season, we just talked about 2 programs, at least 2 programs, who were not focused on winning games in the football season. They were spending time, human capital, and energy on replacing people who currently existed. That's why I was reading it. It says this, October of that year. The meeting was set up between Bill Moose and Nebraska. He said he was told that things were I will read what was said. He said I went to work, and this is Bill Moose in voice. I went to work looking for a couple of points that could resonate during the interview. By evening, I zeroed on these 3. First, this was going to be a football-driven hire. Speculation had it that a change was made in the middle of October to have a new AD in place to hire the new next coach at the end of the season. Again, focus, priority, otherwise. People will tell you who they are. We as fans don't want to listen because we don't want to believe this about the people that we're talking about. But this is what literally from the mouths of them. Second, the new AD needed to be someone who could resonate with both the fans and the media. This was very much an external position, not an internal position, Bach. Not an This is an external position that required a lot of time in public, which was not a strong point of the previous director. Hey, Bach, let me ask you a question. Was Bill Moose strong in public?
Was he what?
Strong in public?
At times. Certainly not at others.
Certainly not in others. Okay. Third, both the system president and the campus chancellor would be involved in the interview. And after doing some research, I found a common thread that if postured properly, could be of value. All 3 of us have spent our childhoods as farm kids. Hey, Bob, how much of that is going to help you win football games? In the program that you said was the focus and priority? Okay.
Hopefully
anyway.
the higher, yeah.
Anyway, okay. So they meet in October at an airport in Dallas, at a hotel in Dallas. Bach, this is why I suggest people read it, because people will focus on the Nebraska stuff like once it was here, but there's so much, like, you can't understand the end result unless you understand the path that was taken to get there, right? He says checked into his room under an assumed name, reserved under an assumed name, right? Because we know now that people are watching airport logs and hotel logs to find out who's in dealings, right? Which we need to grow up, like we really do. It's obvious as they get to the meeting, it's obvious by the timing of this that the motive is to hire someone who can come in and one way or another get the football situation straightened out. Football situation straightened out. We'll need to go into further over the course of the next couple of weeks. By football situation, air quotes. Ideally, they would They would like to get someone who not only has knowledge when it comes to college football. You actually had to say that. But also has shown proven success. Okay, now we're cooking in Crisco. Now, I don't want you to comment on this. I just want you to listen, and if you deem appropriate, pass it on. I'm proud of all of my accomplishments as a college athletic director, and I mean in all aspects. But at the end of the day, I'm known as a football guy, plain and simple. I played major college football. I played it with distinction. At the 3 schools I served as AD, I did not hire all my coaches, but I was able to retain and support them. The result being amazing success. The guy at my first school ended up winning a national championship. The guy at my second school was just inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame. And the guy I've got now is currently 6-0, ranked 8th in the country. Now, it didn't end so well. But, hey, Bach, 6-0, 8th in the country, and you're on the phone at an airport hotel looking for another job. Bach, what are we doing? What are we doing? That 6-0 and 8th in the country is not good? Why? Why would his boss not extend him? Right? There's all these questions. And if you're going to hire, if you're Nebraska and you're going to hire, are you talking to Washington State to ask them why they're not extending their guy? You can't. You can't. You can't tell them, hey, we're picking your pocket right now, bro. But if you can't, how can you do your diligence on the guy? How can you do proper diligence and not talk? Every boss in the country knows that he has to talk to the last people this candidate worked for. And if you don't care what they did at the last job or why they're leaving, that's a statement. That's a full statement. Oh, Bach, what say you? This is all mind-blowing to me.
I mean, it is, it is interesting to get to the details. Again, to me, it's not so surprising about going through about all this throughout the 2017 season, because as Nebraska fans, we kind of lived through it. I mean, you could see after the Northern Illinois loss and the firing of the athletic director, the writing was on the wall. I mean, it just, of I-Course, they were going to need a new coach. At the same time, Scott Frost obviously was going through an undefeated season, so the pressure was building up to hire him specifically. But yeah, I mean, especially, the part about Washington State not necessarily wanting to extend Bill Moose is interesting about how, people land where they do.
Bach, did they talk to Scott's boss?
At UCF?
Yeah. Anyway. Bach, let's do this. We'll go to break, and then I'll get to another part. But first, we need to pay some bills. We've got a segment sponsor here. If you would, please, let's give that read before we go to break.
All right, this segment was sponsored by Schwiezo Construction, where safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Schwiezo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back on and off the job site. Apply today at Schwiezo.com. 40 years strong in business, Schwiezo Construction.
We'll be back to One-on-One.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I Parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I Parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Let Sartor Heyman Jewelers help you be a hero this Valentine's Day. We have great gifts in store now, and if you spend $129, we'll throw in a free bouquet of roses. Give her what she really wants this year and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905. In Lincoln and Grand Island and online at sartorheyman.com.
Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel. Save up to 40% off downtown Lincoln prices with a nice clean room and comfortable stay. Lincoln Hotel is locally owned and offers a day pass to the city's largest locally owned gym, Good Life Fitness. Long-term stays are available. You can learn more about pricing and book your Lincoln Hotel stay today at staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565. That's staylnk.com or call 402-600-0565.
If you've been around Lincoln for more than a few years, you've heard of Dewey's Computer Service. We've been fixing computers for nearly 30 years. Now, we're Wingman IT, and we take care of all the things that go buzz, beep, or ding for your business. Our team of support engineers take care of everything from computers and servers to business phones, network cabling, firewalls, and most importantly, IT security. We take care of technology so you can focus on running your business. Call us or visit us at wingmanit.com.
If you don't have Valentine's Day plans this year, strike up some romance at Madson's Bowling and Billiards. Head to Madson's on Saturday, February 14th for the second ever Love on the Lanes, a live stage front dating show like Lincoln's never seen. The show starts at 8 p.m. live on the bowling lanes with audience participation, hilarious Q&As, and unexpected twists. Reserve VIP or standard seating by emailing Sarah at madsonslincoln.com or check out their Facebook page. Come for the love, stay for the laughs, and leave with memories or a match on Valentine's Day at Madson's.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new Delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for $199 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 100755. Previous service loader. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 6,800 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
Back to One-on-One with DP. Sponsored by the Downtown Lincoln Foundation on 93.7 The Ticket.
It is Glow Big Red. here at the University of Nebraska. If you donate just $5, you can help any of the programs. The top 3 programs will all receive extra prize money back to the program: $15,000 for first, $10,000 for second, $5,000 for third. And it's based on the number of donations, not the size of the donations, but the number of donations. You can go to glowbigred.unl.edu/campaigns. Pick the program of choice. Of course, Peter Corbett was here yesterday. Armando Magro will be in tomorrow. I think he's in. They may be traveling. I need to check on that. It's a good call. But the program of your choice, you can donate multiple times to different programs. But $5, $10, whatever you have, make the donation. Glow Big Red. Bach made a point to read some of these things that, because it's fascinating. In the discussion with the Nebraska powers that be, his statement was, we need to get football back on track, and it might take a little time, but that's no time to go hide under the bed. Until the scoreboard reads right, I'm comfortable talking about John Deere tractors, Angus cattle, or the price of soybeans. Much rather you talked about beating Michigan. That's just me. While out and about, he gets an email and then a phone call saying, congratulations, you're a new athletic director at the University of Nebraska. All things in place. Then it became the matter of coaching and who the replacement would be. In the conversation with the powers that be, there's discussion of the current financial state of the athletic department, which he described in a somewhat nonchalant manner: $150 million annual budget, zero debt, $200 million in reserve, $10 million a year to the general university to be used for non-athletic scholarships and other academic needs. Bach, if you don't question anything else, circle that part and go figure out what it's talking about. Because it's the thing. On the thing. Moose goes further. He says, the reaction I had on that day, but kept it to myself, was that with all of that, combined with a rich tradition and an iconic brand, why couldn't these guys win a football game? I knew, however, I wasn't the only one asking that question. It was the thing. They understood. Powers to be, things in place. Decisions made. He made his first road trip, and this was kind of the thing that led me to shake my head even more. He mentions his first trip, or one of his first trips with the team, and he described the chaos that was. One, he thought that he would be in the front of the plane. That was not the case. They moved him to the back of the plane. He said the behavior of the players, not exactly ideal. He's been a part of over 200 football team trips. Never seen anything like what he saw. He says, as I entered the plane, I was surprised to see that the entire first class section was occupied by members of the team. Before I was motioned to follow to the back, down the aisle to the middle seat toward the back of the aircraft. I really hadn't paid attention to my seat assignments prior to boarding, as I assumed that I would be seated up front with the coaches and whatever donors were invited. This had been the practice of both Oregon and Washington State, so naturally I thought it would be Nebraska as well. Nope. Every first-class seat was filled with a player. If that wasn't enough to appall me, their behavior certainly was. I watched with dismay as the presumed leaders screwed around laughing and throwing water bottles at each other while their teammates sitting behind them, though not as boisterous, were doing the same. Pretty out of order, in my opinion, especially after coming off a game at home where they got their bleep kicked 56-14 by Ohio State to record the worst Nebraska defeat in nearly 70 years. Not a good first impression to the new AD and to witness. At that time in career, I've been part of over 200 football team trips Never had I seen one more organized. After observing the next day's game, it was a little wonder that the play on the field could be described in the same manner, unorganized. The result of which led to my observation of Nebraska as a team. Soft, not very tough, poor fundamentals, not conditioned, too many players hurt during the game. Bach, what say you about that?
Well, again, not ideal, but kind of fitting in line with what we thought or saw from the Mike Riley tenure. Certainly a player's coach, if you want to put it that way. Sprinkles after practice and all that sort of stuff on the ice cream. But, that's not just a Riley problem. Obviously, that would be a Nebraska thing altogether. But again, with where that season was headed, where it was, I believe that would be after the win against Purdue. Because if it was coming off Ohio State, they did beat Purdue 25-24 for the last victory of the season. But that wasn't a very good Purdue squad. So, I mean, I probably would come to the same conclusion about Nebraska football that year.
Bach, again, I'm not telling everybody to go get the book, but there's details in the book. There's information in the book. Make of it what you will. But that's what was going on. Good to know. Good to know. Can't know who you are until you know what you're not. Those are the rules of the game. Bach, what's up next for Bach and the Black Shirt?
Well, we're very excited. We've got, of course, as usual, we've got it's Window World Wednesday. So Todd Euler will be joining us, but we've also got Denia Story of Northeast High School coming in. She's got more than 100 victories in wrestling, so that'll be fun to have. I think that will be around 2:00.
Pretty good stuff, kind sir. Time for lunch. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy Bach and the Black Shirt coming up next on the Ticket.
Looking to get a room downtown or near South Lincoln? Abe Lincoln would tell you no to the Ford Theater and yes to Lincoln Hotel.